for this section. So this session will be panel discussion. Please welcome our moderator, Angela Jin from Madrid. Angela has been with WordPress over 10 years since 2010 and joined the community since 2018. With over 10 years of experience in DEIB initiatives, she's passionate about empowering women in tech. Today, she will lead a panel of inspiring women sharing career insights. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Angela Jin.
Hello, WordCamp Asia. How's it going? Yeah, excellent. Well, I am thrilled to be here with you today on this International Women's Day, a day which celebrates the social, cultural, political, and economic achievements of women globally. And every International Women's Day has a theme, and this year's theme is Inspire Inclusion. And I realized that for a global community like WordPress, the terms that we use around diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging, or collectively DEIB, can be hard to understand. And so for this panel, I would like to offer a definition for inclusion. Inclusion is how an organization welcomes all members and enables them to participate meaningfully. And so in honor of this International Women's Day and towards this theme of inspiring inclusion, the WordCamp Asia organizing team has put together this panel. You're going to hear from 3 incredible women in WordPress around their stories and their experiences. And so please join me in welcoming our panelists, Chiaki Kouno, Hannah Kao, and Olga Gleckler. Welcome. How's everyone doing today? Is it a good WordCamp Asia so far?
Yeah, great.
Excellent. All right, well, this panel is largely going to focus on work and careers, and so to start, I'd actually like to know more about all of you outside of work. And so if we can just go down the line here, and please please say your name, tell us where you are from, and tell us a little bit about who you are outside of your career.
Hello, everyone. My name is Hannah. I'm nervous and excited now because this is my first WordCamp Asia.
Welcome.
I call both Taiwan and Japan my home because I was born and raised in Taiwan, but I know some of my ancestors were from Japan, so I feel like I have strong connection with Japan, and I also lived in Japan for 1 year for language learning. Yeah, I had a lot of good memories there. Yeah, and about who I am outside of my career, I love old things. I love old stories like history and mythologies and dinosaurs, and especially old castle and temples. I love these things so much that I worked part-time at National Palace Museum in Taipei and dinosaur exhibition at one point. Yes, that's about me.
That is a great museum. If anyone hasn't been there, you absolutely should go.
Yes.
So, okay, my turn. 大家好，我是 Chiaki Kouno，我是一个住在香港的日本人，也是一个 digital marketer。我很高兴今天来到台北分享我的想法，请多多关照，谢谢。So, hello everyone, I'm Chiaki Kouno. Please feel free to call me Chiaki. I'm a Japanese digital marketer have been based in Hong Kong since 2008, and I've been using WordPress since around 2006. I sometimes develop website for clients with WordPress, but my main focus in recent years have been on digital marketing. And in WordPress industry, I recently worked remotely from Hong Kong for a Japanese company called Vector Inc. Vector is one of the leading company developing themes and plugins. I'm responsible for both domestic and international marketing, and I was an organizer for WordCamp Ogijima, Japan, and Hong Kong, and last year WordCamp Asia in Bangkok. And also I had a fun opportunity to design Tuk Tuk Wapu and Chao Phraya Boto Wapu for last WordCamp Asia in Bangkok. Did you see that?
Absolutely, it was
Thank you so
beautiful.
much. I hope a lot of people enjoyed it. And so I'm so happy to come to Taipei as a panelist this time. I'm really looking for sharing my experience and learning from these great women today. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Olga. I'm from St. Petersburg, Russia. I have pleasure to be here and very excited. It's the second my WordCamp Asia, and I had great luck to have to be in several WordCamps more, like in Helsinki, in Berlin, and it was each time is very exciting. So I'm a bit nervous as well. Who I am outside of my main work. I have a loving family, my husband and 16-year-old son. They have supported me a lot and liked me like I am with all my craziness. For example, I am started to take fancy lessons and actually attended battles already. And apart from this, I am writing a fantasy saga. Actually, I'm preparing it to be published. So, and of course, I'm contributing to WordPress since WordCamp Berlin in 2019. And back then I joined the marketing team, but right now I am contributing more to core and testing and several other teams as well. It's very exciting, and because we have so much of teams, there's no end of learning of new opportunities. So it's great to be here.
Excellent, thank you. All right, and so now we're going to focus a bit more on the work side of things. I know we've talked a little bit about where we work, but let's dig into that a little bit more. Can you share more about your career, what you currently do, and what your career path looked like?
I'm an NGO worker. My organization is Taiwan Gender Equity Education Association. We focus on gender equality, women's rights, and also LGBTQ's rights. And there are many people who are passionate about making the social a better place, like teachers and politicians, and so our job is to empower and supporting them. Yes, and about my career path, I think my career path is simple. My major is public administration and policy. Most of my friends in college wanted to be civil servants, but I didn't. And I worked as graphic designer for a while, and then I joined my organization about 7 years ago. And I remember that on the first day of my work, I thought I would have to fight conservatives like face to face, but they asked me to build a website instead. So that's how I started with WordPress. And And I was like, oh, I can really do this. So now I also make websites for clients, especially people from NGO like me. And I also make WordPress website for my organization. And I'm happy to be here with you guys, so many amazing women in the community. I want to hear more story from you.
Okay. So nervous. Let me check my cheat sheet. Okay. So it share my story about with WordPress. So I started using WordPress in 2006, maybe. And then at that time, CMS such as WordPress and movable type became popular in Japan. So I was very happy to use WordPress for free. And then I remember using it immediately for clients as my freelance work. And then after that, I moved to Hong Kong in 2008. In the beginning, I couldn't speak even easy English or Chinese, so I have to go to some language school to learn Chinese first. I learned 3 years Mandarin and 3 months of Cantonese. During the time, I couldn't so many works, but just a little freelance work for Japanese clients. Then, after finishing language learning, I started a small creative company in Hong Kong. Initially, I couldn't have many clients, but I found some Hong Kong clients through my friends. They are focusing on Japanese market, so I helped them with building a Japanese team or website creation and designing, printing materials, and so on. My skills in Japanese style design and developing websites were very helpful. Of course, I built the website using WordPress for the Hong Kong client. They already knew what WordPress was like, so it was easy to start the project. They already know the knowledge, so I don't need explain about the basic of the WordPress. So I could easily understand what they want to do and what I could help them. Even though my language skill is not so high, but my WordPress skills helped me get work. I was a significant moment when I felt WordPress was very useful beyond language and country. There's still more story to tell. And then since founding the company, I have worked in small teams like me, only 1 or 2, 3 people for several years. It was fun, but I always felt like battle myself. So I gradually started to look outside. I wanted to talk more about my work and meet various people. After attended my first time WordCamp in Tokyo 2017, maybe, a lot of things changed a lot. And then I discovered the WordPress community in Japan and started engaging with a lot of people. Over the past 7 years, I have attended a total of 16 WordCamps. I went not only countries in Asia, but also EU, Germany. Maybe I was also there. And then I participate as much as possible as a volunteer, organizer, or speaker. As a result, my network expanding rapidly. And then the leader of Vector, the company I work for now, he asked me to work as a marketing rep at the company. So now I can work with many people, learning each other. So my growth was always being with the WordPress community.
Amazing. Thank you.
I changed a lot of jobs, and I was a salesperson. I was supporting software. I was a marketer before I became a developer, and it all was like a good experience to have anyway. But I started to write sites from scratch to clients 12 years ago, and 10 years or more, it's already my full-time job. I worked for companies, for small companies, big companies, as a freelancer, and built and tried a lot of different things. So right now I'm working, because of my experience right now, I'm able to work with like very interesting projects, and not only like making layouts, but actually building stuff, very custom stuff, like integrations with ERP system, etc. And I think this was because of also because of my contribution to WordPress, and it allows me to develop my skills, I think. I don't know what can be told more about.
Well, thank you so much for sharing with us today. So clearly we have very diverse backgrounds here in our careers, and we have a wealth of career knowledge here. And like many other industries out there, technology is still a male-dominated industry. And so as women, what issues have you personally experienced or have seen others experience, and how did you overcome them? Hannah, I'm particularly curious, since you are working with this NGO, what have you seen?
And as an educational NGO worker, I think that women, it is not just in industries, because women face challenges way earlier in their lives, like at school. And so that continues into their career. Yes, we worked with a lot of teachers in my organization, and that in my country, parents want their boys to work in tech industries because many people think that men will be more attractive if they got a well-paid job. And I think in many Asian countries, yes, same.
Same in Hong Kong.
Really, yeah. But they don't do the same thing to girls. Taking as an example, when I was child, I was so terrible at math, and and my families didn't punish me for that, but they told me, Hannah, you don't need to work so hard because it is normal that boys do better jobs than girls in math and science. So I was like, oh, okay, I don't need to work so hard. Good. So, but they punished me if I screw up my English or Mandarin tests. So I think there are so many gender-based factors that affect people's choice, and that become challenges for both men and women. Yes.
And especially in your work, how can you speak a little bit more about how you address those issues?
Okay. And in my organization, we work with a lot of women in tech, and we also work with some enterprises, especially from technology. My organization does its part by providing training courses for companies about gender equality. And as a speaker, we have noticed that in some conservative companies, especially local companies in Taiwan, when we are speaker and the audience is mostly men, we notice that men tend to be more talkative and active than women. So we think maybe that is because in their working environment, women they doesn't have room to speak in their daily work environment. So as a speaker, we create more space for women to speak. We invite women to speak, and we want everybody knows more perspective from different people. Yeah.
Excellent, thank you. Chiaki or Olga, any thoughts here?
Yeah, actually, I told mistake. It's really similar the Japanese situation in the education stage. Yes, I had a lot of same things in Japan, but I moved to Hong Kong. My thought of the woman career is very changed a bit because a lot of women very focused on the career in Hong Kong. And then they very career-oriented thought in Hong Kong. That is a very big difference between Hong Kong and Japan. So I was so surprised at that things. So maybe before moved to Hong Kong, maybe in Japan, I feel some pressure of the gender bias, but very fortunately, after I came to Hong Kong, I have not so many pressure on the career, my career. Why I think so? Because in Hong Kong, there is a in-house house helper system in Hong Kong. Are there any in-house helper system in Taiwan? No? Maybe no. Maybe no. Oh, I see. In Hong Kong, we can see a lot of home helper in Hong Kong. So women can very focus on their career developing. Even the housework or childcare, they don't need to that. So many women, even after born baby, they can also very do more power on the career. So no matter how they busy, it's no worry about the housework. And then that's why in Hong Kong, we can see a lot of management level woman career people. Yeah, it's very good for the freedom on the woman career, but in another phase, no matter we are woman or man, there's a big pressure for how to earn money. It's a very big another issue, I think. But yeah, I think the system of the home helper system is one of the good way to encourage women's career, I think.
Right now, it's much easier for me because my contribution to WordPress and people can actually check who I am and what I'm doing. But before this, it was awkward situations. For example, one client asked me if I'm a real developer or can I know some program languages at all. So I was offended and I didn't want to even talk with such person anymore. So, and there are always people who think that what you are doing is easy and cheap and you should be grateful to work for them. I don't like such people and don't work for them either. There are always people who think that they are getting like worse services from developers. They are complaining about this and they think that you should be their next developer. No, I will not. So I think what we can do is to stand out for such people and not to accept such lousy offers. This is how we should stay our ground and be a bit robust. At one point it can be difficult, but it's better for us.
Yeah, I agree. It's never it feels horrible to be mistreated, and it's never okay to mistreat others in that way. And so clearly there are a number of issues that have come up in your line of work, and I hope that everyone has also had experiences that really helped their career, that gave you opportunities that you might not have had previously. And so I'd love to, towards that theme of inspiring inclusion, I'd love to hear some stories around that. Chiaki, I think you mentioned that learning a new language was challenging towards getting a new job. I'm wondering, were there any opportunities that helped you in that area?
With my language barrier, you say it? Okay. Yeah, at the beginning in the Hong Kong, yeah, in Hong Kong, many people can speak multilingual, like Cantonese and Mandarin and English. These are the basic skill for them. So I couldn't speak even with easy English. I couldn't speak it. And then I tried to find my new job in the Hong Kong market, but I couldn't. Of course, yes, a little bit easy office work in the Japanese company, but I have no motivate for that. So I tried to my best. How can I do? And then I decided to open the company in Hong Kong and try to find by myself. I find the client by myself. That is a little bit hard, but a lot of people encourage me. Especially I learned Cantonese and Mandarin. Maybe they feel more closer their culture or some design or express how to express, very feeling similar with me. And then I could get new job in Hong Kong. That was very great experience for me.
Wonderful. I am always so impressed to meet people who can speak multiple languages, and all of us here speak quite a few languages collectively. So good job, us. I'm curious, anybody else have experiences that have helped their careers?
I think all experience has like impact in your career. If it's related or unrelated to what you have, even these fancy lessons, they can have you more robust, make you more robust, and actually stood out in some other place as well. So I think everything matter what you are doing, and you should choose what you are encounter, because if you will hang out with like bad people, I don't know, you can become the one of them. So this is why hanging out with great people, great developer, great marketers is matter. And this is what actually one of the part of, I think, good career. And also, I want to point out that contribution to open source is also a big push forward, because your contribution is open and everyone can see it, and there are challenges for everyone, no matter of your like level of experience. You can go step ahead and ahead and ahead, and in WordPress we have more than 8,000 tickets right now, and there are quite challenging things to do. And before it was discussed in future of WordPress session, a huge amount of ideas where we should go, and this is what you can do if you master everything already. So it's always a way to learn in open source, and because it's open, it's easy proof that you can do it.
I'm really impressed by you guys, because I have no technical background and I'm not very active in the community, but you are, yes. So I'm surrounded by amazing women here. And my answer will be WordPress. I am an NGO worker, and I think WordPress really empowers NGOs. We benefits from WordPress a lot because there are a lot of fake nonprofits in the world, and it is important for people to know more about your organization by your website before they make donation. So I am glad I know how to use WordPress to build a website for my organization and for other NGOs because yes, we really benefit from WordPress.
I love that we've identified WordPress as one way that we provide opportunities for women. And so if anyone out there participated in Contributor Day or has contributed to WordPress Online, good job. Thank you for creating opportunities for everyone here. And one other way that we can create opportunities is through allyship. For people who are less familiar with that term, allyship refers to behaviors or actions that we can take to support or advocate for others who are usually less well represented in an organization. And I'm wondering if you've encountered any examples of really great allyship in your work, in WordPress, in life. Open question.
Okay, I have like an idea, just like from the dream world. If everyone will think before making a solution, like hiring person or making like contract, etc., or even interacted with someone, and stop to think if I'm making this decision because I am like objective and fair, or because I have like some kind of prejudices inside my decision, just make a one stop to think about this, and it will become clear what is motivating you. And if everyone can like just share this information, that we have like shortcuts in our brain that we are using and not thinking straight through, and taking other people by their look or by their gender, etc., it will benefit everyone. And if everyone will be aware of such things, that such things are happening automatically, we will be in much better place.
Oh, I think there's a lot of way to be an ally. But I think maybe many people think being an ally means that you need to do difficult things like make a big donation or fight against everything. But I think it is being an ally can start with small things, like maybe sometimes we just need to listening with open mind. Like Olga said, we don't judge people just only by their gender or appearance, and maybe we can start with small things like click a like button in social media on a post about supporting women's rights and share with your friends. So these messages can reach people in your community and around your life. So yes, my friends, I have my friends sitting in the, yes, they are here supporting me. So I think they are my good allies.
I love this.
Where are you, eh?
Yeah, that's good story. And yeah, first time I heard the allyship, the term, I didn't know the term, the meaning of the allyship, but after I searched the meaning, that is very good term, I think. And initially I thought about the WordPress community. So I recommend the WordPress community as a place to experience good allyship, I think. And then this is because WordPress community focus on protecting physical safety, something like that, and provide a safe place to share their opinions and experiences. We can easily to share anything from my experience in them. So people from different backgrounds can naturally share and support each other, I think. So meetups and WordCamps activities, anyone can learn and grow while experiencing and sharing the spirit of allyship. Yes.
Wonderful. All right, so we have some immediate actions that you can take towards good allyship, which is excellent. When we start thinking about much bigger changes, knowing that there are biases and prejudice in workplaces, I want us to think a little bigger. What would you change in a workplace or in any organization if you could magically change anything instantaneously? What would you change to break biases in those spaces? Olga, you shared that you've had some experiences with rude clients. What would you do?
I don't think we have a magic, actually. We have to get like longer way to take, I think if you encounter such environments, you took a job and found out that you are not taken seriously, or you are just getting like a lower jobs and not getting up anyway. You should prepare yourself. It takes things into your own hands. Learn, study, educate yourself. Prepare to move on from this environment to the next one, better one. And I am not asking people in such situations to take drastic actions. You need to be safe first to prepare, but still you should take a leap to the next better future for yourself. And there is always be the better place. And if you don't have an experience and you have no idea how to find this experience, open source, contribution to open source is a great way to gain this experience and to find this better future for yourself. And we also can take things from another side too, because if there will be more women talking on stage, organizing meetups, events, and going outside of our safe WordPress environment and sharing this knowledge, creating courses, for example, educational materials, etc. It will be very obvious for all, many decision makers that women have value, and this value is actually a bit different than men can offer to the businesses, and they will want women in the first place. And of course, I want to point another thing is that if you have like one or two women in a whole company, it doesn't not count, because women will have to do things in man way become more brutal and more robust and adjust to this environment. So if you want diversity in your company, in your team, you should make it almost even, to make it work and to have this balanced, and women will shine and progress and succeed in these environments.
Excellent. I just got the Time's Up card, and so I want to make sure we have 10 minutes for Q&A. Is that right? At this point, I would love to invite any questions from the audience. I cannot see you all very well with the light coming here, and so I think there are some microphones that might be being sent around. Okay, I see a microphone over there. If anybody would like to ask a question, probably just wave at the volunteer with the microphone. And while you all are teeing that up, I have one last question for you all and anybody else who would like to share some thoughts here. We've talked about some immediate actionable steps we could take. We've talked about some big steps that we could take. What are some really practical resources that have helped you all out in your careers that you would like to share with everyone here? And as you are teeing up for questions, if you all have great resources, please share those with everyone as well.
Okay. I think the first resource, asset you should go to is your women friends. If you have women friends, and especially women in tech, you can refer to, it's much easier for you if you can be honest with someone and get help in safe environment. So if you have such friends, it's much easier, and some problems can just went out without any difficulties. So if you don't have friends, you can make them here right now. So, and another thing is books, motivational books, educational books, biographies, self-development books. I love books. So, and I think even if you think that it will not work, you should read them. And you should read them again and again and again, and they will change you. This is what I was talking about when you should decide what you encounter. And if you encounter good books, you will become better as well.
Do you have a recommendation of books?
I think the book of Carrie Byron, it just came to think, it's nothing about development, but she was on Mythbusters, and it's a great book about not uneven paths of a woman, and when she made a choice between a career and things that she really wants. I think it's a good example of a path of a women successful one. So, and I think there's a lot of more, but still we have more men writers than women. So if anyone can write a book and motivate other people, you should do it.
Great. Okay, so maybe same again. I really recommend it. Everyone can join some meetups, WordPress meetups, or joining WordCamps. Not only just attending. Maybe, we can try more as an organizer or speaker. That is very good way to improve my careers or something like that. We can stimulate each other, learning each other. I still, very recommended to join the community.
Absolutely. And
I agree with you. I think we need friends, and the best way of making friends is to find an NGO or meetups and community and get involved in, because I think we need to make connection with people. Sometimes we face challenges that we can't deal with on our own, so we need friends.
And we have WordPress meetups around the world. They are smaller gatherings than this, but regular points where the local community will get together and talk about all things WordPress, and it's a great way to connect with your local WordPress community. If there isn't a meetup in your local city, you can start one, so just reach out to the WordPress community team. All right, I can't quite see over there. Do we have any questions? Oh, I see movement. Oh, question over here, it looks like.
Hello, everyone. I'm BS, or you may call me Julia. I'm from Taiwan. I'm not sure this is a question or just an idea. Because I really appreciate that that there is a session, the women's session, set up in the WordCamp Asia this year, And because it's not very popular in Taiwan to really talk about women issues, because sometimes people think that we put too much focus on gender equality, and people think that men and women have been very equal, but actually it's not. And as a girl, I've been taught to be obedient and just listen to what my parents say. And we are not encouraged to speak out in the classrooms. And this kind of education affects me a lot into my career. And so I went through workplace sexual harassment and also abuse from my colleagues, and also and when I went through the sexual harassment, I didn't speak out because I just think that silence will make me safe. Because when I talked to my coworker that I was harassed by one of my colleagues, and she said that, "Oh, don't say that because he is such a nice guy. He is very diligent. He was very diligent in his work. So don't talk about that in the office." And then I just decided that I should just stay silent. And this kind of things happen a lot in Taiwan, in companies and also government. And so I think that in sessions like this, I'm really happy that I can finally talk about this in front of everyone. And I think it's very good for events like this to encourage everyone, not only women, but also men, because I know that men also underwent sexual harassment and other kinds of bullies or abuse in their lives too. So I think that also part of our trauma. So I think it's not only for mental health, but also for the social development, the progress. And I really, so this is not quite a question. Just want to share my appreciation for the organizers of WordCamp Asia 2024. And also to the speakers, the wonderful speakers and host. So I'm VS from Julia. I'm VS from Taiwan. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being so brave and sharing a very personal story with us. Thank you. Any other questions out there today? All right. If there are no questions immediately, that's totally fine. I'm seeing some more waves. Maybe one more question. We have time for one more question.
Hi, my name's Ray. I've been using WordPress and working with it for 12, 13 years now. When I first started, there weren't a lot of women involved with the WordPress community, and it's been such a delight to see how far it's come in this time. The fact that we have women leadership in WordPress is fantastic. What else do you think needs to happen to propel women forward in the community? And what next steps would you like to see?
It's a fantastic question.
Can you elaborate a bit about this?
Yes, so I think your question speaks to, we do have excellent female leadership in WordPress, and we know that there's more that we can do to increase women representation in our space. And so what next steps could we take towards that? Is that a fair? I see you nodding. Great.
Yep, that's exactly.
I think we have already a diversity program, right? And we trying to balance each WordPress WordCamp, our speakers with like women and men, and get involved underrepresented groups, right? I think we are already doing this, and for meetups, I think we can apply it as well. But I think we should make it on all grounds, and also invite women, especially because women can be shy, yeah, and people from underrepresented group can be shy as well. So we need to make a special call for them that they should apply. And balance. For example, if you are conducting a meetup, you should ask for like 2 women and 2 men to present topics, and not only like asking women to represent soft topics, because most people will expect like marketing stuff or like about content management stuff, things, but to actually ask them to present hard topics with hard technical skills. I think when people will be seeing this continuously, it will make a difference.
Wonderful. I realize we are at time here, and so if anybody else has any questions, I've been told that there is a speaker Q&A room that we will spend some time in, and please feel free to come meet us and ask any questions as well. Thank you all so much for being here. Let's give our panelists a round of applause. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you ladies for sharing your amazing journeys with us. On behalf of WordCamp Asia, we would like to give you gift bags we prepared. Ladies, thank you. If anyone have any questions, I believe you can find these ladies at conference later today.